Hi, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined in studio now by Guy Griffiths. He is the CEO of National Investment Capital, but I like to call you guys the money guys. Now, we've been talking with you now for a few weeks, and as I mentioned, I think on the program last week, where a company is looking for financing and the banks are Mr. No, you guys are Mr. Yes. Tell us about what you do that's different.
What National Investment Capital does it different is we're focusing on a couple different areas. And as we've said previously, looking at a company that goes through the front door of the bank, they're going in, filling out paperwork, the bank's going based upon, certain guidelines, and ultimately in a couple days they're telling you no. So what we do is we take the normal approach for us of going through the back door. Because through that back door, we happen to know the guidelines and areas and criteria that we can meet using our advantage and tools to get you the money you're looking for your company.
Well, the banks got hammered so badly by the government through all the stimulus money, and they basically what they did is they had regulations piled this high, and the government said, well, let's just make them twice as more regulated as they were, which is basically what has happened. And now, as you mentioned, they make you jump through all these hoops, fill out all this paperwork, provide all this backup documentation that almost is never really looked at.
Right.
And then 3 days later, well, sorry, we can't help you. Companies that are looking to expand, companies that are looking to grow, need capital, need access to capital. You use a different approach. You use their Paydex score, you use their Dun & Bradstreet score. Tell us about that.
All right. So when we're evaluating a company, we're able to take their Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, it's your business credit profile, which, by the way, for any business owners that are looking or are watching the show, about 80% of the companies that I look at don't realize they're listed with Dun & Bradstreet, but they don't have a score. So they need to pay attention and actually work on building that. That is going to give them the strength to be able to go in there and with their Paydex, which is equivalent, an 80 Paydex is equivalent to an 800 FICO, be able to go in through the back door, get $50, $250,000, maybe even more, depending on the strength of the company. It's one of the most valuable tools they have to not only get financing, but put the strength on the company that you've built as a business owner and get it off you personally.
Now, I guess a question that I'm sure comes up from time to time, anybody that's listening to us have this conversation, is where is this money coming from? I mean, obviously what you've got is you've got a bank of investors that are looking for opportunities to invest capital, and then it's your job to look for places to source that, to place that capital, correct?
Right. Between different leasing companies, vendors, and some of these institutions are well-known, large institutions that people know every day. What we've seen is over the last 6 months, if you look at the trend, before we would tell somebody we can give them $25,000 to $75,000. Then it's tapered up to $50,000 to $100,000. Now we're at, we can do a minimum of $50,000 to $250,000. But as we're going with the market and the way things are going, money is starting to come back here, folks. So as a business owner, capital is there. You need to make the initiative to let us get in there, and it's a streamlined process, very quick, very easy to get you that money. And we'll continue to help you develop and build, because soon our levels are going to be $100,000 to $500,000.
Well, of course, one of the oldest adages about banks in the world is that, you can't get a bank loan in business unless you can prove you don't need the money. You don't really put people through that, do you?
No, I'm not going to go in there and beat you down. The reality is you're a business owner. We have hardships. You're growing a business. We know that. Let's focus on the fundamentals of getting your business credit stable and strong, and let's make that work for you so you can get the capital to grow and be successful.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, because basically what you've just said, and I think is key to what this whole discussion's about, is you are business people talking with business people. You understand what they're going through.
Right. Look, we've all been business owners. We've had the opportunity to create good business for people, to help other entrepreneurs and business owners that want to be successful. They don't realize that these resources are there. If they call us, well, not only will we help with financing, but we'll look at their overall deal if they need us to, and figure out good strategies to help them capitalize and move into their future.
The company is National Investment Capital. Their website is National Investment Capital. That's the best place to start, right?
Absolutely.
For companies looking for money, these are the guys to talk to. Again, nationalinvestmentcapital.com. Thanks so much, Guy.
Thanks, Don.